Hey guys, Daniel Thiessen here from Radix Performance, and we're going to do our first cooking video today. So what we're going to be making is a wild salmon and roasted Brussels sprout. Make sure that you get all the ingredients you need out and ready to go. And what you're going to need today is a nice piece of wild salmon. I prefer wild salmon. You're going to get way more omega-3s, and it's a lot more sustainable. What you want is about a 6-ounce piece. I have a wild sockeye salmon here. You got the beautiful red color. Along with that, you're going to need a lemon, about 6 Brussels sprouts per person who you're going to be serving it to. You're going to need salt, pepper, some grapeseed oil, and some smoked paprika. That's going to give a lot of flavor to both the salmon and the Brussels sprouts. So get that all ready. Have your oven set at 425 degrees and your skillet on about a medium heat. Have that all ready to go. I also have my baking sheet out, ready to go. That's where my Brussels sprouts are going to go on and go into the oven. I got my knives, my forks, my tablespoon, teaspoons, everything set and ready to go. There's going to be no hassle, and cooking is just going to go seamless. So get it all ready, and we'll start the first step. So the first thing you want to do is get your Brussels sprouts ready. So I'm going to show you how to peel and cut Brussels sprouts properly. What you do is start taking the outer leaves off the Brussels sprout. That gets rid of any of the gross ones that people have been touching or whatever in the store. Get rid of the first couple layers. That's going to leave you with a little stem. You take your paring knife. See the stem? You're going to cut the stem right off and then cut the Brussels sprout in half and into your bowl. Very simple, easy. You don't get any of these nasty outer leaves in there, and you don't have to chew on this stump when you eat them. It takes no time at all. Okay guys, so I got my Brussels sprouts ready. They're in the bowl here. Next thing I'm going to do is take some of my grapeseed oil, and you're going to want to add about a teaspoon of oil per 6 Brussels sprouts. So I get a teaspoon here, pour that over my Brussels sprouts. Then we're going to season them. So got a little bit of salt. Got to always add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And then for today we're going to use smoked paprika. This is going to give them a nice woodsy, smoky flavor. You just want to use so they're nice and coated. Once you got that in the bowl, just mix it all up. Make sure you get the ingredients all over all the Brussels sprouts. Get the oil mixed up on there. I can already smell the smoked smell. It smells amazing. So once that's nice and coated, we're just going to put them on our baking sheet here. Spread them out. Take our baking sheet, put it in our 425 degree oven for 30 to 35 minutes. That's all it's going to take to roast them. Quick and easy. I'm guaranteeing you, all you Brussels sprout haters out there, you're going to love this and you're going to thank me. So now we're going to go on to the salmon. Alright guys, so our Brussels sprouts are cooking. I can already get the smoke smell coming out of the oven. It smells great. Next thing you want to do is get your salmon ready. So before we do anything with the salmon, we're going to take our grapeseed oil and we're going to add like 2 teaspoons to my medium hot skillet over here. And you always want your oil to be hot before the food goes in, so that the food starts cooking right away and it doesn't stick to the pan. So we're going to put the oil in there, making sure it gets all around. Let it heat up while we season our salmon. So I got this beautiful piece of wild sockeye salmon here. You can see the nice red color. The reason I got this on a paper towel is you don't want any water on the skin, any leftover water from when you bought it on the skin or the flesh, because in the skillet it will start to steam instead of cook properly. So I love crispy salmon skin, and you got to have it nice and dry so that when it cooks it crisps up real nice. We're going to season our piece of salmon with a little bit of pepper, Again, some smoked paprika is going to give it a really nice smoky, woodsy kind of taste. So I just like to sprinkle a little bit all over. Go. And then to finish it off, I got some nice chunky sea salt, which brings out the flavor of the paprika and the pepper, and just when it hits your mouth, it's just a flavor explosion. So this is perfect, ready to go. It took me 2 seconds. I'm gonna take this here. My skillet should be nice and ready to go. Oil's nice and hot. I'm gonna just lay it down, skin side down first. In the skillet, you hear it start to crackle. It means cooking at the right temperature. You're gonna cook it on the skin side for 5 minutes. That's gonna give a nice crackle on the skin, nice and crispy. It's also gonna cook the salmon about 75% of the way through. Once you get about 5 minutes, and I'll set my timer right now, you're gonna flip it over for about 2 more minutes on the flesh side to finish it off, and then bam, salmon's done. Okay guys, so we've been cooking the salmon skin side down for 5 minutes now. The skin's nice and crispy. It's about 75% of the way cooked through. We're just gonna take our tongs and flip over for the last 2 minutes of cooking. This is just gonna finish off the top, give the top a nice crispy layer. And as you can see, the salmon skin here is nice and crispy. It's gonna taste real good. So we got 2 more minutes of cooking, and we'll pull out the Brussels sprouts, and we're gonna plate up our dinner. Alright guys, so it's been 2 minutes on the flesh side of the fish. The fish is done. Make sure I turn off my skillet. Bring my piece of salmon over to my plate here. I'm just gonna rest it down. You can see the nice and crackly, beautiful smell. Love smoked paprika. It's got such a great smell. Now, just check on my Brussels sprouts. Perfect. So they're nice and crispy. Again, we got that smell coming from the oven as well. Nice red color. I turn off my oven. Bring my Brussels sprouts over here. Use my tongs. Plate those down here. Oh yeah. Perfect. So to finish this off, here's how I like to finish this dish. I'm gonna take a little bit of pepper, just a little bit over the top. A little bit of my flaky, chunky sea salt, which is gonna add just a little bit more flavor to both the Brussels sprouts and the fish. Then, my secret ingredient here is my lemon. Smoked paprika has like kind of a bite to it. It's a little bit spicy. So in order to cut through that spiciness and give a nice little hint of acidity, we're just gonna sprinkle lemon over top of the fish, over top of the Brussels sprouts. Oh guys, you're gonna love this. I'm so hungry right now. It's amazing. Here we go, bam. There's your wild sockeye salmon with a smoked roasted Brussels sprout. Oh, dude, I'm hungry. It's gonna be amazing. Now if you're cutting weight for a tournament or a fight, something like that, this is perfect meal size. You know, keep your carbs lower. You get your green vegetables, you get your fish with your omega-3s, it cuts inflammation. You get your protein to heal your muscles. That's great. If you're trying to lose weight, same thing. This is a great dinner-sized meal. Now, for you guys out there who are trying to gain weight and put on more muscle, I'd add a nice big cup of brown rice to go along with this meal. It'd be great. For people trying to maintain weight, stay lean, I'd add a half a cup of quinoa, which would be a great addition to this meal as well. Very simple, both of those to make for this meal, and you get your carb source like that. This is one of my favorite meals. I look forward to this every week. I hope you guys enjoy, and look forward to cooking for you again sometime soon.